Jang Ja Yeon's sexual abuse case.
Jang Ja Yeon, who was the only witness in the investigation into Jang's case.
The biggest problem, which is also the main cause of many actresses working in fear, has everything to do with the fact that a great deal of these men, whether in power or not, are vocal about the inappropriate interactions they've had with male strangers, coworkers, and even people they once considered friends. Well, the reason exposed why Korean actresses are scared of Korean men? Oh, the details of this case, which is believed to have occurred in 2011, are absolutely heartbreaking. An actress named OH entered the acting industry on her sister's recommendation, and she spent a lot of time on set, primarily playing minor roles. She then committed suicide after suffering abuse at the hands of 10 male perpetrators. After coming to a therapist for therapy, it was discovered that she had been used by 10 different guys she worked with. Her family had seen a difference in her since she wasn't the same girl she had been before. She had been damaged for a long time, but had never had the confidence to tell anybody. When her mother ultimately learned of her daughter's suffering and began a case against the offenders, the defendants claimed that all contact with the victim had been voluntary, which left the victim's mother in an even worse situation. The case soon became too much for her to handle, and her family was compelled to dismiss the accusations. Although she was no longer an actress, her agony persisted, and her abusers would never be held accountable. Unfortunately, Oh opted to terminate her life because she could no longer handle the destruction. As a consequence, her father and younger sister also went away, leaving her mother all by herself. By the way, if you are a K-pop fan and want to stay up to date on the latest K-pop news and controversial videos, subscribe to our channel.
오민지가 너한테 이럴 수가 있니?
Jang Ja Yeon. It's already painful to learn of OA's situation, but there are many other depressing tales that didn't garner as much attention. Another episode involving the actress Jang Ja Yeon demonstrates how harsh the business can be to women. Ja Yeon tragically committed herself in 2009. The cause of her death was the intense pain she endured at the hands of prominent individuals in the performing business. She left a list behind, including 31 names of persons who had insisted on speaking to her during her career as an actor, so as to make her point very obvious. When the authorities began looking into these charges and the circumstances surrounding her death, they determined that there was insufficient evidence to support her claims. At the time, only the CEO of her agency and her manager had been found guilty of assault and slander. Since it first gained popularity again in 2018, this specific case has been circling South Korea for more than 10 years. A lot of people in Korea thought Ja Yeon wasn't given justice as the #MeToo movement gained greater traction there. After 9 years, the case was reopened, and more sinister information was made public. As a result, 80 more people were questioned, and a reporter was found guilty based on the allegations. However, the interview with Yoon Ji-oh, one of Ja Yeon's former colleagues, really helped to put things into perspective for the public. She claimed to have seen the CEO of their business force himself against Ja Yeon during his birthday party, according to GOH, a friend from the same entertainment firm. She alleged that the CEO dragged Ja Yeon into his lap without her will, groped her improperly, and wouldn't let her go. Defended herself by saying that while she had never experienced this kind of conduct firsthand, she had seen it occur frequently in her immediate environment. She acknowledged that a producer and one of her other co-workers had both been physically abused by the business president in the past. JIO claimed that the majority of actresses, including herself, were coerced into attending private occasions where they were required to amuse elderly guys. Women who speak up are all too frequently dismissed or written off as liars, which makes it much harder for them to seek any form of support in a dangerous atmosphere. As if these details weren't horrific enough, Ji-ho is said to have testified 16 times over the years, and while her testimony was first disregarded, it became clear that the prosecutor had connections to the suspect, the CEO of their label. Since Ji-ho raised her voice, she has been in 3 automobile accidents, has had her personal information compromised, and has had several threatening phone calls. All of this strongly suggests that it is not a coincidence, demonstrating once more how dangerous the profession is for women even after they leave it. Han So-hee. Female actors are expected to all fall into this flawless pattern, and if they don't, it has serious repercussions for their careers. Actress Han So-hee has also been outspoken about her displeasure with the double standards in the profession, saying that although males may generally do anything they want, as someone who refuses to conform to the absurd beauty standards, So-hee is well aware of this, which isn't always welcomed by Korean netizens. Unfortunately, the mistreatment of actors doesn't stop there. It turns out that female celebrities are paid far less than their male counterparts. Choi Yul. Actress Choi Yul also spoke out against fellow actor Jo Jae-hyun's misbehavior at a time when he was being accused of treating a female staff member unfairly. In an Instagram post, she wrote, "I was waiting for you to get exposed. It came a lot earlier than I had expected. This is only the beginning. There are many more trashy people out there. I can't say much since I have a lot to lose, but until the day all perverts disappear, #MeToo with you. Although Yul didn't say much, by speaking up, she put herself in risk. She said that she was being threatened with death and that there was nothing she could do about it. Commenting on the attention she got, she said, "I couldn't say anything in response to the sudden attention, and I was scared in case my children might be harmed." This specific instance had a little better resolution than others, since Jae Hyun legitimately lost his job after admitting to harassing women at work. Subscribe for more thrilling videos to take your entertainment experience to the next level. Director Kim Ki Duk. There appears to be a pattern here where these women mainly remain anonymous, since having the bravery to speak up might lose an actress her career. Choi Yul is not the only actress who has spoken out about the terrible things that happened to her on set. Forcing an actress to film very risky and unscripted skinship sequences for the movie Moebius in 2013 led to a lawsuit against director Kim Ki Duk in 2017. Ki Duk, to everyone's dismay, only received a fine of about $4,700, thereby letting him get away with everything. Like in many other situations, the actress was encouraged to keep quiet. Speaking out about her line of action after receiving therapy, she stated, "I asked acquaintances in the film industry for advice, but they all told me to forget it because I will lose and be put in a worse situation." The actress was compelled to leave her career, which is as terrible as it is after 20 years of performing. These were only a few of the numerous unsolved instances that may make anyone queasy, demonstrating once more how unwelcoming the sector is to women. It's also crucial to draw attention to the alarming number of male performers who have been accused of misbehavior. Even if an actor may portray your favorite character on film, he or she may be a completely different and perilous individual in real life. At least that's what Oh Young-soo, who was charged with misconduct for inappropriately touching a woman against her will, proved. Although his case is still pending, Oh Young-soo has admitted to acting inappropriately in the past. Lee Seo-won, who you may recognize from his role in Uncontrollably Fond, also pled guilty for harassing a female celebrity and even threatening her with a weapon back in 2018. While some of these individuals have apologized to their wrongdoing, there are many other actors who have been accused of harassment who continue to roam the streets without any restrictions. Son Ye-jin. Keeping in mind, actresses have every right to be afraid. It's obvious that women have a lot to fear for their safety, but it comes as no surprise that male actors find it far simpler to land acting jobs, demonstrating that inequality is still a major problem. The Crash Landing on You actress Son Ye-jin has already spoken out on this subject. She said, "The male actor can choose they're always busy making schedules not just for the next movie, but even for the one after that, but that is not the case for us actresses." What Son Ye-jin is getting at is that there aren't many movies made with the goal of putting a female actress in the lead, and the ones that are tend to be very watered down to the melodrama subgenre, which only serves to reinforce the stereotype that women can only act hysterically. Fortunately, there are more and more dramas with strong female leads, but there's still a long way to go. Just like Son Ye-jin Becca from After School admitted that actresses experience inequality in the industry in an interview with us on Cookie Lit. I know that I've heard you know other and things like that have difficulties with that, so it's definitely there. According to a survey cited by the Korea Herald, the wage disparity between men and women in Korea was around 31.1% in 2021. The figures are very frightening, and this shouldn't be tolerated in the modern world. This is an absurd number that includes famous people. In other cases, male actors received 5 times the compensation of their female co-stars. When you look at the compensation per episode, it becomes increasingly clear how unjust the industry is to women. While many males easily earn over 200 million won every episode, female actresses seldom ever get more than 100 million won. If you compare Song Hye Kyo's pay with Kim Soo-hyun's, you'll be a bit taken aback. We can all agree that Hye Kyo did an excellent job with her role in The Glory, yet it turns out that she was paid about 200 million won, $1 each episode, which is already uncommon while seeming not too awful in contrast. Soo-hyun makes 500 million won for one per episode for one ordinary day. After hearing all that has been said, it's reasonable to conclude that the industry needs to work harder to protect their women. Let us know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.